Hmm. Hmm. Let's see. Let's see. Oh wait, because it, there's some real crazy shit going on. I'll tell you that. I will tell you that. So I don't know if y'all happen to just browse, open up your Twitter feed, open up the ESPN app, look at the Texans news. I mean, I don't know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? But I know one fucking thing. I know one fucking thing. So, the Eagles' defensive coordinator wanted to open his filthy, dirty little fucking mouth, his little weasel mouth, and fucking have the audacity to be like, oh, well, you know what? DeAndre Hopkins is like Charles Barkley. Charles fucking Barkley. No shame. And there is a little bit of dirty mouth. I know, Honcho, it's a little dirty mouth. But, no disrespect to Charles Barkley. One of the best rebounders, 6'3", short guy, able to go up, go grab, do whatever he got to do. And I could see the correlation between the two. But in my personal opinion, how many great rebounders were there? You got, and I mean, the list can keep going and going and going and going. You could even compare him to Dennis Rodman, Dikembe Mutombo. There's really great fucking reference you can use for this man to just say, oh, well, he goes up, he gets the ball, he does this, he does that. I don't want to hear none of that shit. Really, I'm a person that pays attention to detail. And one correlation that I could make, which you can do your research and fact check me. I don't give a shit. So, back in 2013, it's 2013, this is when we were doing semi-decent. We're doing pretty good, actually. And a comment was made, and this is where it gets fucking great. It was made by that same coach and also others around the league. So it wasn't just him, but he was one of the contributing factors. But to say that the Texans would never win a ring, and he chose certain players that were wasting their talent on the Houston Texans, which one of those names happened to be DeAndre Hopkins. So you go on to say that DeAndre Hopkins is like Charles Barkley, which inclines that, of course, there's plenty of references you could use, but then you use the one guy who does not have a ring, has a blemish on his whole career. He has a blemish on his career because he has never won a ring. He has been taunted and just been belittled because he does not have a ring. And that is very prevalent when talking about Charles Barkley, something that you can notice, something that everybody talks about. When you talk about Charles Barkley and you want to mention all-time greats, and you want to mention, oh, this, and that. And what is the one thing they always associate with Charles Barkley's name? Oh, great player, but never had a ring. So that goes back to my previous statement about back in 2013 about that same coach who actually went on record to say that we have a talented team, but probably would never, ever win a Super Bowl. Now it makes more sense where that correlation comes from. That correlation for them to be put together and to say, oh, he's like Charles Barkley. And in that article, you can read that bullshit ass fucking NFL article that says, oh, well, he's Charles Barkley because he can go up and get it and he has that sense of just jump and height and blah, blah, blah. It's a cover up, bro. It's a cover up. All this shit's a cover up. So you telling me that's just like me comparing Honcho, right? We'll use Honcho as a demonstration, right? So we can use Honcho, and I can use him and say somebody that's And and by far I'm not knocking anybody, but let's use something like this that correlates to something that we go through. So Honcho, for instance, who's a great fucking YouTuber, a great streamer, a great content uploader, everything like that, and the rest of those guys on the round table. That's like comparing Honcho to fucking, I don't even fucking, somebody who streamed and never got no views, never surpassed anything to amount to anything or whatever, and which is no knock on them. That's, they're doing something that they like, but that's making a comparison to somebody who didn't achieve the greatest goal, and that's getting to the promised land, to win a championship, to do something. And I feel like those correlations together, why would you make that correlation? And for somebody who's prevalent in that sense and who's made comments like that before, that's fucking crazy. Ah, man, bro, you'll be PewDiePie, bro. I mean, of course, well, nah, let me stop lying. You'll never be a PewDiePie, bro, but you'll be greater than PewDiePie, bro. That's the confidence that I instill on y'all. We gotta be better. We'll never be another man. We ride and provide, and we do everything we need to. We will and deal and style and profiling, man. We better than PewDiePie, baby. But it just baffles me, man. That it really baffles me, man, that the fact that correlation was made, that correlation was made between those two players, man. It just fucking it heated something up in me. It heated something up, and especially everybody that can attest to that and that's watching this video and saying, "Damn, I'm a Texans fan. I love the Texans." It puts a lot of stuff in perspective for you, because that is fucking crazy. What's up, HTX Pac? They were comparing, the Eagles defensive coordinator was comparing Charles Barkley to DeAndre Hopkins, making a correlation between those two, which you can rewatch the stream. I kind of went over why I'm pissed about that fucking comparison, because that comparison makes no fucking correlation with each other because of previous things that have been brought up. But I really hope we go out there and we slap Philly in the fucking mouth. I want to crush their playoff dreams. I want them to make them feel, I want them to eat every single word. And I bet you, DeAndre Hopkins is going to eat. He's going to eat. And this year, I can never sit here and say that, and confidently say that we'll win a Super Bowl, but I have faith in my team every year, and there's never a doubt about that. My team will win a Super Bowl. My team will be on top. Them guys will win a Super Bowl, and they will punch their ticket to that Lombardi trophy. I guarantee you that. But I want them to go out there, and I want them to punch the defending Super Bowl champions in the mouth. I want them to slap them in their fucking mouth. And when DeAndre Hopkins catches 2 touchdowns and has over 150 yards on their filthy-ass fucking secondary, because their secondary is some shit, I want him to look at that defensive coordinator who was making them comments and comparing Charles Barkley to DeAndre Hopkins and all this other shit, and who has a real good reputation of running his mouth. And I want him to find the answer. I want him to find the answer for that offense, because I know one thing, and I know one thing about my team week in and week out. One thing that I do know about my Houston Texans, they're going to come in and they're going to punch whoever it is in the fucking mouth. And they're going to make a statement. They're going to try their hardest, and they're going to go out there and put their hearts on that field. But I want them to have a special envelope, with the envelope that says, "Hey, Doug Peterson and company, we finna smash y'all in the fucking mouth." And I want y'all to go on that podium. I want y'all to go on that podium and be like, "Damn, they were great. They were way better. They were better than us today, blah, blah, blah," and eat every single word, because I guarantee you Sunday they're going to make them eat those words, and that's on me. I put that on me. The only thing I'm worried about is secondary. The secondary of us, because Nick Foles is a vertical quarterback. We all know that. Even though the names on the papers don't stick out, and the targets, it's all about schematics. It's all about scheme. It's all about how you play in this game in this day and age, and your scheme and how it lines up to everybody else. So I am a little razzled by that, because I'm like, damn, if it can be a shootout, because I know our offense can hang with everybody except, but our offensive line, we need some tweaking. We're far from fucking perfect. We're far from perfect, but man, we got unity, we got chemistry, we're doing the best that we can, and I feel like that all together, we punch them in the mouth, man. There ain't no difference, man. Ain't no difference. You know what I mean? So on Sunday, we're going to go out there. We're going to see who the baddest team is on that field. We're going to see who the Charles Barkley of that motherfucking field is, and I bet you it's not going to be the Houston Texans. I can guarantee you that it's not going to be. Because you know why? Because everybody who's quick to do this always write a check that they ass cannot fucking cash. And I bet you that they're not going to be able to cash that check of all these fucking rants and raves that they go about. And, oh, Doug Peterson. And also his quote saying that, oh, DeAndre Hopkins is nothing special. We can go out there and we play defense and we're going to shut them down. Cool. Have confidence. But one thing that you can't do, you cannot deny greatness. You can never deny skill. You can never deny talent, hard work, effort. You cannot deny none of that shit, which DeAndre Hopkins has, Deshaun Watson has, all those guys on that Houston roster has. And I guarantee you that we will go in on Sunday and we'll get a dub. We're going to get a dub. And the reason why I know we're going to get a dub is because that attitude, that tenacity that we have, we're going to go in there with that chip on our shoulder and we're going to knock their fucking block off. We're going to knock their motherfucking block off. And I guarantee you that we're going to blow Philly the fuck up. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that. If you rewatch this video, I'm cussing a lot, I'm mad, I'm angry, because I cannot really believe that comparison. I was in Honcho's stream earlier, and right when Honcho started streaming, right when he started streaming, I seen that article. And I was just like, what? I was like, what? Wait. You made the comparison of the GOAT. The GOAT. DeAndre Hopkins compared to Charles Barkley. You got me fucked up. You got my team fucked up. You got me fucked up. You got everybody in Houston fucked up. Because what we're going to do, we're going to come punch y'all in the mouth. We're going to punch y'all in the mouth. But shout out to Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley, H-Town, played for the Rockets, man. He did his little thing. He did his thing. But Charles Barkley and DeAndre Hopkins, two different levels of greatness. Two different mindsets, two different, man, day in and day out. And that's the reason why I would never, ever compare DeAndre Hopkins to Charles Barkley. I have full faith my team going to go out there and get a motherfucking Super Bowl. They're going to get a Super Bowl within the next 5 years, and that's guaranteed. If it's not this year, they will get a Super Bowl. They're going to go out on top. We got all pros. We're going to have everything. We have everything. Everything. And yeah, you're right. You show motherfucking right. We gonna slam their ass this weekend. And I want to hear all that shit because everybody hype, oh, Nick Foles, he back and, he back in there. And Eagles couldn't even instill trust in this motherfucker that took him to the Super Bowl. Okay. You think you finna come in on Sunday, you think you gonna fuck with the Texans, and you think that you gonna come in there and think your defense can compete? You think your offense can compete? You think that you're going to be able to stop Justin Reed, Tyrann Mathieu, Kareem Jackson, J.J. Watt, J.D., Christian Covington, who's been playing great, he's doing fucking phenomenal. That is an underrated player that y'all should check out. Check that stat line. Christian Covington is breaking out. Whitney Merciless, Benardrick McKinney, all these fucking animals, all these goons, bro. Deshaun Watson, DeAndre Hopkins. You really fucking think you going to come out there and stop? Please, man. It just baffles me because, granted, defending Super Bowl champions, man. Y'all on top of the world. Y'all won y'all ring. Shout out to y'all, bro. Shout out to y'all. Y'all won a fucking ring. Be happy. But also, in that token of being happy, you got to be humble. You always got to be humble because you never know anybody out there that's bigger and better than you. That mouth gets to talking, and you just get to talking. And you can't cash that damn check. That's funny. It really will be funny. And it's just prime example. It's prime example of a lot of shit, man. Because really, honestly and truthfully, it's a lot of that shit going on. And another thing, because this is completely off topic, but somebody else who I feel like is going to lose this weekend, or somebody who's talking cash money shit, them Saints. Them Saints going to lose, bro. Them Saints going to lose. And you know why they going to lose? That man Cam Jordan out there talking, oh, Big Ben not top 5. Really? You gonna rank them over there? And it's always them people, man. You ready to talk, but you can't fucking cash that motherfucker, man. But I'm done ranting. I'm done ranting and raving. I'm done going on. But let me tell you one thing, and I guarantee you, and I promise you this, the Texans will be victorious Sunday. It's gonna be an offensive shootout. It's gonna be a great fucking game. But one thing I will tell you, no game Sunday. Man, shout out to everybody in here, man. I love all of y'all, man. Like I said the last stream, I'm taking care of my own shit. I'll be back. I promise you. I promise you I'll be back. Just just wait on me. Just wait on it. You know what I mean? I ain't never steered y'all wrong before. I ain't never told y'all no lies. I kept it always transparent with y'all. Always kept it transparent. Trust me. I'm gonna be back better and stronger than ever. New setup. I got a lot of shit coming for y'all, man. I got a lot of shit coming for y'all, man. I gotta take care of my son. I gotta get a check first, baby. I gotta do a lot of stuff for myself before I can do stuff for y'all. And that's just how it works in life. I wish I could put y'all first, but in some days, you know, it gotta be like that. But trust and believe me, I'll be back. Guarantee you I'll be back. And I'll even give y'all like a minor little piece. Expect something to drop next week. Definitely expect something to drop that week. And yes, Brandon, yes sir, especially for December 29th, John Jones versus Gustafson. Oh, expect something big for that, baby. Expect something big for that for you guys, man. I definitely got some shit in the work for y'all, man. But next week, I think we might ramp some shit up next week. We gonna fuck some shit up next week. Expect a return next week. Expect me to be more consistent next week. Expect a video from me next week. Expect a lot of live streams from me next week. Come out, support. Come out, support. You know what I mean? Next Saturday, and especially next Saturday, I want as many people to be in here as possible, because next Saturday, Jones versus Gustafson 2, that will be a live stream event. I will be watching that live. I cannot show y'all that for copyright, but y'all are gonna get my whole opinion. Y'all gonna get everything from me, you know what I mean? So be ready. Next week, we kicking it back up to full throttle. We back next week. Trust and believe me on that. Screwston Takeover Sports. Ain't nothing better than that, baby. We back next week, and I hope to see y'all there. Peace, man. All love, support to all y'all, and I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, baby.